What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for MicroStrategy Incorporated with the ticker symbol MSTR. I will first be going over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. Man, when should I start calling this company strategy instead of MicroStrategy? Let me know in the comments down below. Probably soon because they changed their name. I like to say MicroStrategy because it's still the most common way to recognize the company. Everyone still recognizes MicroStrategy. So let's take a look at what's been going on for the past week and even today. Well, today, basically a whole lot of nothing. As you can see here, the volatility has just died down. So much for being a volatile stock. As you can see here, for the past 10 trading sessions, the past 14 days is basically flat. It's dead. The stock has not moved at all. Basically, maybe a couple points in the last 10 trading sessions. So something big is coming. You can see that we are getting pinched between the two trend lines, the downward sloping trend line and then the upper sloping trend line. The bottom trend line is kind of quasi to a bullish trend line, so it's not fitting that well. But overall, you see that volatility has died down and is getting pinched. And eventually, we're going to see a breakout probably sometime this month. I don't expect it to continue longer than that because that's right where this apex is at, the tip of the converging pattern. So again, something by March, we should probably see a breakout in either direction. Who knows where? Macro trend is up, but this is still bearish territory. So we could see a drop down first to trick everyone thinking we have topped and then reverse strongly to have a massive short squeeze, because I know there's probably a bunch of shorts piling up with the stop losses here, here, and a bunch of stop losses here. Well, same thing you could say for the bulls as well. The stop loss here by the bulls, stop losses here, stop losses here. So a bunch of stop losses all over the chart, and we'll see which way this breaks. This can easily swing back and forth. The volatility has definitely died down. Before we were seeing more of a range, and now it's a very tight range. And again, it's just waiting for some sort of catalyst or some sort of news to come in the market to swing it up or down. But basically, nothing is moving the stock right now. Highly manipulated, and they want to keep it this tight until something happens. So if we do break down lower, possibility is the sub 300, and then possibly even all the way down towards the measurement target of 236, 240. So again, you got to brace yourself for a decent sized drop. Breakout higher can send price back up to the 430s, and then possibly retest the prior all-time high and exceed that level as well. So just wait and see what happens. They did buy more Bitcoin today, 7,633. As you can see here, MicroStrategy holds about, let's take a look at Bitcoin, 478,740 Bitcoin. And today was a purchase of about 7,633, and that brings it to that total. As you can see here, they continue to buy more Bitcoin, and they're almost at 500,000 Bitcoin. Let's take a look at some other charts. Compare MicroStrategy to other assets. You can see that it killed every other asset since basically it went on that Bitcoin standard era, BSE, which is the period since August 10th, 2020, the date when we adopted a Bitcoin standard. So massive returns. Second place is NVIDIA. And you can see that MicroStrategy's 3-month return is very similar to NVIDIA's 3-month return. I mean, yeah, that was minus 8% for NVIDIA, minus 2% for MicroStrategy. So these high flyers are also, other high flyers are also, taking a break. They're kind of just consolidating, not doing much as well. Another important thing is that it's not really related to, MicroStrategy. It's kind of related to MicroStrategy. MetaPlanet is also having a similar plan as MicroStrategy. Will acquire 21,000 Bitcoins worth about $2 billion by end of 2026. Tokyo-based company announces its 2025-2026 Bitcoin plan today, doubling down on its status as a top corporate Bitcoin holder. So they already are holding Bitcoin and buying Bitcoin. As you can see here, these are the top rankings for Bitcoin holding companies. MetaPlanet is number 12 at 1,761, and it looks like they're trying to buy another 21,000 Bitcoin. So we'll see what happens. But like I said before, MicroStrategy is a pioneer in buying Bitcoin and being a Bitcoin treasury company. So you could say, they're like the best in class If you want like Apple, you go to, if you want an iPhone, you get it from Apple, right? If you want one of the best phones, you get it from Apple. If you want a Bitcoin treasury company, you're going to have to go to a MicroStrategy, or in this case, Strategy, to, take out loan against your Bitcoin, or, whatever they're going to have in the future, related to the Bitcoin. I mean, the capital they have allows them to do more things. So, I mean, just imagine how many things are going to about to come out for MicroStrategy throughout the next, couple of years. So overall, really bullish long term, fundamentally. Now let's take a look at the weekly chart. Not much to say on the regular scale. You have to look at the log scale to get a good grasp of the entire price action. So as you can see here, you can see as a more of a trend. So overall, this trend definitely got a little bit overheated, and now it's cooling off. Like every pullback we have seen in this entire uptrend, it has broken through that EMA briefly. So we could be seeing one last drop and then a rally. There's also a little gap as well that can be filled between these two candles on the weekly chart, right around that 268 level. So we'll see what happens. It doesn't have to drop. It can obviously rocket out sooner. But if we do drop, I wouldn't be worried. I still expect higher prices. Are we seeing something like a top already in place? I don't think so. I mean, picking up, why wasn't this top right here? Like, why wasn't that a top? Why wasn't this a top? So there has to be a technical reason for why this would be the top. And I don't see that right now. I don't think that is the top. You can see that price. Let's take a look at a measure move target. This is all one large leg right here. Second leg up. So that would have been more of a top right back over here in early March of last year. I mean, because we reached the measure target, but price continued to push up higher. So that tells me it's trying to make a larger leg up. So this is all one leg right here. Second leg up, take it right to about $1,500, probably in the next couple of months, maybe even sooner. And then I'm expecting 4,000 at the end of this cycle, or possibly next cycle, depending on what we do at the $1,500 level. If we start crashing, then obviously, that's probably off the table. But $4,000 is definitely in play, regardless of if we drop this cycle or not. And think of it in terms of market cap. Don't think of it in terms of price, because by the time that happens, you probably will see a stock split occur. So just think about $1 trillion market cap when it's all said and done for MicroStrategy. Let's take a look at it. Let me take a look at one chart right here. Let me see if we could find it. Charts. Let me take a look at market cap right here. So MicroStrategy, why does it have this market cap metric on its webpage? Well, look at, they want to take out the competition. They want to be part of the $1 trillion club. Google, Tesla, Meta. So why do you think they even have these stocks here? Because they want to take them out. So right now they're only worth $86 billion. They can at least get to the QQQ and the SPY this cycle. I'm thinking 1 trillion by the end of the cycle, and that would take it to near Google's market cap. So they have these market caps here because they want to see who they have to face and eventually become the top company in terms of market cap. So again, don't be surprised to see this company do very well long term. Eventually, you probably don't want to hold a company long term unless they have Bitcoin on their balance sheet. Because as the dollar continues to lose its purchasing power, which is guaranteed, it's mathematically impossible to stop it. The whole system was designed to fail from the beginning, and then as the system ages, it gets worse towards the end of its life cycle. So fiat currency has a life cycle. We're getting towards the later end stages of it. We're getting in the 9th inning of the fiat cycle. That's why you're seeing a lot of volatility in the world, a lot of manipulation, because they got to keep the show going. Eventually, it's going to collapse, and companies also are struggling with inflation. They don't want to pass down higher prices to the consumer. They want to give you more value. They want to give you more for less. So that's going to be harder and harder for a company to do if they're holding the dollars as their standard instead of Bitcoin, which everything will fall in price relative to Bitcoin as long as it stays decentralized and secure, as Jeff Booth says, because it's a honest ledger. The dollar is manipulated and ruled by just a few rulers. So, I mean, it's just a measuring stick, right? The Bitcoin, everything falls, dollar, everything goes up in terms of, more currency. So holding Bitcoin on your balance sheet is going to be probably a necessity And probably just a couple, it's already a necessity, I would say, right now, and definitely in a couple of years. So if your company that you like doesn't hold it, well, aren't they going to be battling inflation too? So I don't know how that would work out for them. But MicroStrategy, as long as they don't lose their Bitcoin and they can hold on to it, throughout the years, it should just continue to go up just because they hold Bitcoin, and that's how it should be. When you just hold money, you should be able to have more purchasing power as time goes on, because technology gets better as time goes on, because entrepreneurs want to give more value to you. So that means that if it costs maybe $1 to get an egg, shouldn't it cost 5 cents to get an egg? Because now you can make thousands of it on the machine line. You can have like 1,000 chickens. You can manufacture it faster. You can have a production line, so that should drop down the price. So your money should give you more purchasing power over time, not less. So just holding your money in Bitcoin, or MicroStrategy just holding Bitcoin, should give them a higher valuation in the market. And again, long-term target of about $4,000. So again, I wouldn't be shocked to see that. So all I have for MicroStrategy in the daily weekly charts. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.